Okay, this read is for Taurus, and this will cover the fall of 2024. So from September to December, the next couple months. I pulled a room for the overall theme of what fall is going to bring for you. And this has to do with building a financial security. So it is in the material plane that you're going to be focused on. So that doesn't just mean money security, but what does security and abundance as well? What does abundance mean in the physical plane? So health, wealth, job success, getting things that you want with your household and things like that are going to be the focus. So I pulled here is what have you mastered? And this is going along with September. This is really August, September. And then what are you working on now? And this is going along with kind of like a timeline of October, November. Keep in mind that timelines are actually very fluid. So just because it says, it's not definitely something's coming in October, it's more fluid than that. But, time frame, middle, okay? And then where are you going as far as what you're going to be working on? And the time frame would be November, December there. So let's start off with what you've mastered. This has to do with matters of the heart. So you have the Hanged Man here, which is kind of like a wait and see. It can also be like almost a paralysis where you can't make a decision. This is why I say it was in matters of the heart, because you've got Archangel Michael here. And you have, this is finding balance in relationships. So there was something that you were learning about give and take. I say that because you've got this when it shows up is often a give and take, something was uneven or out of balance there. And so but this is mastering. So that means you've overcome this particular obstacle. You've got the healing card here and cornucopia. So this is something that you are getting over, and you are starting to heal from that whole process. And you've learned a lot of lessons in the love category. So let's move on to present moment. So in present moment, this is kind of more in the material plane, possibly. So you see the Four of Pentacles kind of symbolizes saving money. But do you see how she's very guarded here? And this is on top of the hostilities card. So you still have to guard yourself. So you've learned some lessons here, but you do need to take those lessons and protect, it could be like a work-life balance. My boyfriend's dealing with that right now and is having to put boundaries up around work-life balance. But this is a creating boundaries card. So, but it's boundaries in the physical plane. So it's like, making sure that you're not spending all your money on somebody who's taking your money, or, a work-life balance, making sure that you're taking care of yourself first, that kind of thing. This is what you're going to be working on in this fall. You do have as something very exciting that's emerging. So you can't see it in this card, but there's other this is the Three of Wands. So there's other representations in other cards where you see like this person kind of like holding up wands and kind of looking out at the horizon. That's kind of what this card symbolizes. It's like, what is your intuition drawing you towards? Okay. So there's something that's coming in the next 3 months that's like it'll feel like a pull, but it's not like a pull, like a silent call deep in your instinct, like almost in an instinctual level. And you're going to want to follow the call of that. I'm going to explain the rest of these cards, but it kind of leads into that. So you do need to have boundaries and protect yourself, because you need to follow this call. It may So there's somebody that's hostile around you, or some situation that's hostile. I will get into that a little bit more. So right here, so this is about, time frame is fluid but mid, okay? So you have the Magician card, which is one of the most powerful cards that you can pull. You've got Ariel, the Archangel Ariel. This is in creativity. So, and this is also the Hangman. But in this Hangman situation, it's different than this Hangman situation. So in this Hangman situation, you just want to be listening to your gut instinct very carefully. And don't make any impulsive decisions. Don't say, oh, that's it, that's the call, and just jump on something. Okay? So you're going to want to be listening to your gut for something that is calling to you. You've got, so this is, November, but so there's a focus that you need. Okay. So this card is actually, it says appreciation, but it's actually focus. So behind her is a bunch of thorned bushes. So it's like she's got all this drama happening around her, but she's actually focused on the rose. So it's like, you may have a shit storm all around you, but focus on where it is you want to go. Focus on the beauty, on the path. Something becomes very singularly focused for you. This right here is standing in your power. So it kind of goes along with the boundaries. So there's also the moving on card. So there is some kind of drama around you. It's not coming from you. It's in your environment that causes you to need to hold yourself very guarded against some kind of hostilities. It's also the universe is asking you to follow a call to something that's very quiet. It could require you to move on from certain people or situations. So it may require you to move on. I'm not saying it's like a job, but it can be. It's more of a passion. It's not necessarily like a job, but it can be if the job is something that you're passionate about. But there's some kind of call that's deep inside of you. It could even be to a new lifestyle choice. If it, like for me personally, I just went through sobriety, and this lineup would line like that for sobriety. And then I followed a new spiritual path. So it would make sense, that it could be like a spiritual calling. It could be a life purpose type of calling. It could be a sobriety calling. It could be a new job. So you would have to interpret, based on your situation, exactly what this call is. Don't be impulsive with it. So just kind of like listen very carefully, pay attention to your environment around this. So if you have, and focus on this narrow call. So if you have a lot of naysayers or somebody around you that's making your life difficult, or making it difficult for you to find balance where your health and well-being is not being protected, you're the one that needs to. So this is like the protector of your health and well-being, your finances, your physical. This is physical health, your finances, your house, your job. Okay. This is you setting boundaries around that to protect yourself, to protect those things, because you do have some kind of hostility. You got some kind of drama around you, some kind of hostility here, some situation where you may have to let some people go, or let somebody go, or let some situation or something in your environment go in order to follow this deeper path, which, like I said, could be a spiritual journey. It could be a job you're very passionate about. It could be a life purpose. So where's all this taking you? There is so this is some kind of creative pursuit down here. So some kind of lesson about Okay, so the lesson, I'm sorry, I was back to so the lesson here that you're going to be learning in like now is it has to do with boundaries. But the lesson that you're going to be learning basically is that you can follow what it is that you dream of, but it is going to take perseverance. So you're learning kind of tenacity and perseverance and stick to itness to follow something that you is like that your soul really wants to do in this lifetime. So in December, you've got some good cards. You've got a release of a lot of old patterns. So what you've been learning here help you release those old patterns. The door to value is awesome because that's the like, if you can see it, that's money. But not just money. I'm like, so you're very much in a physical plane. So it could be health, wealth, house, things like that. But, your tenacity that you're learning here and sticking to hard work, dedication, seeing something through, you're going to produce results. So the results, I mean, shit, you got the sun. You can't get better results than the sun. That's like the best card, one of the best cards in the whole deck. So if it's, even if it's, so it is wands. So it could be, so what it isn't, by the way, it's not love. So if you're asking about love, there aren't love cards here. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be dating or have a love life. They're just not in the cards. So what this is it's either in the material plane because you got some coins, or it's in the spiritual plane because you've got wands, or it's a creative pursuit that you're very passionate about. So it's one of those type of things. You're going through a journey, learning your worth here, healing, you're setting boundaries and following a very soft call. It could be a loud call, but it's something in a gut instinct level. And you're learning to stick to it and see it and follow it through so that you get results. And your results are going to be in the physical plane. So like money, health, wealth, that kind of thing are your results. All right. That looks like a real good fall. Hope you like your reading.